We're going to talk about art in the public space, chic and schoon, cultural differences. I figure it must be zeitgeist that we're standing here talking about this. But our project is called Fuel. It's a project we actually tried to realize in spring 2010, and we're determined to do it. The basic idea is that we believe that culture only functions if there's one. Next slide. This is a picture of the world that shows the nightlife, the light at night, which also visualizes urban activity. Urban activity is also cultural activity. And we see the lights are evenly spread through Europe, but we question, is there a common European language, cultural language? And that's the base of this project, a research project initiated by Janicke Kernland, but then it's taken over by the I Foundation Maastricht. This is a temporary piece by Florentine Hofmann in Nieuwerkerk. And we wonder, would this piece, if we move it across Europe to other places, would it function in the same way? Would people be able to read it, recognize it, and enjoy it in the same way? Another example is here the Bosstraat, Jan van de Ploeg. If we move this piece of art across Europe, let's say 800 kilometers to the east, to Dresden, or other places, would it work in the same way? Sometimes 20 seconds are really long. Here comes Dresden. We can enjoy the view. We can also move, or the next image, we will travel 2,000 kilometers to the south, and still we're in Europe. And here again, the question is, would the mural, the painting by Jan van der Ploeg, function? Would it, this is Porto, here where there's a lot of color among the streets, and where imperfection is part of the beauty. Would they recognize the beauty of this perfect painting? It's a very clear example of a beautiful art piece back in 1991. It's called Priest and Nun by Toscani. The work together with artwork together with Benetton. And if we move this into a social or surrounding or urban surrounding in Europe like this, a picture taken off the coast of Kirkenes in Norway, would it work here in the same way as it would work? It's also urban environment, just taken, looking out the other way. Or if you place it, gosh, they said not too many words. Here, in the Vatican, beside the Vatican, it actually has a total other impact. I have one more example to make sure that you all get the point before I'm going to talk about the project. And the next example is, I hope St. Gallen, Pipi Lotirist and Martinez made a great art piece a couple of years ago that completely changed the inner city. They spread this carpet out, inner city, spread it out over cars, trees, and it changed the dynamics of this place, completely changed it. Positive. It got lively. It's a banking center, usually. Would this work if we move this within Europe to Bratislava, Slovakia today? How would that react? How would people react? How would the art piece be treated, read, and recognized? That's the question. Now, our project itself. I start talking because then it's a little bit too little time for the next slide. Fuel. The idea is that fuel obviously inspires urban activity. Culture inspires urban activity, or the other way around. But our idea is to bring contemporary art to Maastricht. High-class contemporary art in the public space. And one reason is to prepare to be a cultural capital, but much more important to find out if we truly are a European city, and if we can read those points. We would first choose 4 places within the city. It could be anywhere. It's just to suggest that it's Maastricht. We've seen this image earlier today in several occasions. We invite 4 curators or museum directors and invite them, and just an open agenda. They can choose whatever installation work extremely well in their city, in their environment, a year before, 2 years before, and bring it to Maastricht for a limited time, at the same time, to see how it works. And we would like to do this during the TEFAF, and it's an uncensored exhibition in a public space that would really truly prove that we're daring, that we have sense for a dialogue, being Dutch, tolerant. And do this in Maastricht. And also help, again, the image that we're having so far of this city. It could be a great impulse of showing these kind of art pieces. The whole idea would be that we have these kind of great art pieces like this of Rachel White-Reed, who there are 3 examples following of just great art to enjoy. But this is, she filled, it's a whole block of houses that were torn down, and she filled one house with concrete and removed the walls, and you see the space that's actually never visible. Or here, Christoph Hildebrand, who uses the signage of modern technology, a Berlin-based artist. And the last one by the Michael Elmgren and Inger Dragstred, who use, their art discusses today's consumerist culture. We believe it would be really, truly fantastic. Thank you for your time.